first step in our connection process is laying our pieces out the way that they should be laid out. We have our week 1 triangles here, week 2 with our hinges here, and week 3 here. I still have my week 4 triangles laid over here to the side. We won't use our week 4s yet. We are just going to leave them to the side because Kate suggests, if you've never done one before, leave week 4 triangles out until we are ready to fold it all together. So you want to make sure that your pattern is laid out exactly like mine is here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a needle with a new piece of thread. And we are going to use our size 15 seed beads from our week 1 and our week 3 piece to zip our triangles together. Just like we zipped here in the center of each triangle, we will actually take and start here and we will zip these triangles. Zip, 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 zip. Then I'll actually start another new piece of thread and I will zip all through these triangles as well. So that is your very first thing, is zipping these triangles together. So I'm going to get my first one sewed together and show you what that looks like, and then we will zip the second one. So as I told you in the very beginning in video 1, I'm doing this with you guys. It's a bead along. I've never done this before. So I actually went ahead and connected my first 2 rows because I wanted to make sure that I understood it before I showed you guys how to do it. So what I'm doing is I have a new piece of thread added and I have stitched it in, and I'm coming out of the delicate here on the very end. So not my point 15, but the delicate. And what you want to do, I would pick one, like this very end one to start with here. And it's going to be kind of awkward. You have to make sure that you are continually checking your piece and making sure that you are lining it up correctly. So we want our first 15 that is here. We want it to lay right in, just like if we were going to zip up these 2 pieces here. So my needle is coming out of the green bead. I'm going to see if I can zoom in here. There we go. So my needle is coming out of this bead and it's coming in a downward motion. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come to this first triangle, and I'm going to make sure I'm holding it the correct way. I'm going to come up through the point 1 here on our middle triangles. And then I'm going to come back down through the green one so that it will kind of square stitch those together and hold those together right there. Now at this point, it's just a zip up. So I'm going to go through the 15-0 here. Pull that thread tight. There we go. And then I'll go through the delicate sticking up on this side. And then I'll go through the 15 and then the delicate. And I'm going to do this connection process until I get to the center where I run out of beads. Okay, so continually make sure that you're getting that in the right position, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to zip it all the way to this center, and I'll be right back with you. Once you get to the center, what we want to do is you won't have any of this connected yet, so you'll just have this open spot. So what we want to do is we want to stitch through the beads or pass through the beads so that we're coming out of this yellow bead over here, or whatever bead that you have, that first delicate on that next corner. Now to do that, you are just going to kind of have to stitch around and play to get through those beads again. Let's see. The key is, however you do it, we just don't want our thread to show across the beads. Okay, so we want to hide our thread in our beads, not on the outside of them. And constantly watch to make sure you're not getting your thread caught on anything, because it's going to be easy to get your thread caught at that point. Okay, so now I'm coming out of the yellow, my first delicate on this other side here. So this is when I'm going to pick up my next triangle. And again, I want to fit the triangles together just like this so that my 15s fit in between. Now, just like I did over here, I'm going to go ahead and square stitch those two little beads together. You don't have to do this. There we go. I just like the way it kind of holds my beads together. There we go. Okay, so kind of tack those together. And then again, I'm going to work down, zipping this up till I get here. And then I'm going to do the same thing, stitch around to add this one and then this one. And then you'll see how that they are connected, because it's much easier almost once you get these two connected. It's almost like you fly through these bottom ones. So go ahead and do that connection. And then I'm so excited because we're ready for the next part. Once you have all of your little pieces connected, this is what your piece is going to look like. All right. So we have 3 sections together. And you can see here, I have my little green ones laid out just like this. And this is how they will go onto our piece. Now, with that being said, I have a brand new piece of thread here. And our hinges are to the inside. Okay, so you can see there where my hinges are. And to the outside, you can see the clear beads there. So this will actually fold inward like this. So our triangle sets, when we fold them, they will fold inward. Our green triangles are going to be attached here and here, here and here, and then we'll put one here and one over here on the end. So you can see that I have these laid out just like they would be here. And this is how we are going to connect those. So the first thing that we want to do is, I would probably go ahead and say to take our thread, weave it in, and you want to be coming out of this, not this very first bead sticking up on the side that's got more green here, but this bead right here. So we don't want this first one, but we want this second one. We want our thread to come out right there. So I have my needle coming out of this second bead here along the top of this triangle. And this one is going to be put in right here. So the first thing I'll do is I'm going to line the triangles up. Let's see. And this is the hard part. This is what you're going to have to kind of play with and make sure you're getting it even and exactly where it needs to be. You'll see I have up beads here, and then this is where my hinge bead starts right here. So I'm going to take the needle. It's coming out of the green one here on the left. So I'm going to go through the hinge on the right. And you'll have to be careful not to get threads caught here. Now I'll go through the next bead sticking up on the left, and then the hinge on the right. And you'll just work your way down, going through the bead on the green, our fourth face, and then the hinge bead. And we're going to do this until we have, there we go, until we have this part connected to our hinges that are on this side. So you can see here how it started out there, and I'm just going to continue to zigzag my way down till I come out of that bead right there. Once you have the bead on the hinge here, then you are ready to press your first triangle together here, or your first sets together, and then we are going to be zipping up the piece. So my needle is coming out right here, which is where I finished connecting for those hinges. So I'm going to stitch through the beads so that I'm coming out of this green bead here on the end. So if I open it up, I'm going to stitch through these two beads and then through this one. So through 1, 2, and then this one. Okay, so we already have our little 15s in place here. So the first thing I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and square stitch that first connection together right there in the corner. And then I'm just going to start connecting. So through the 15 and then through the delicate on the green side. And then through the 15 and then the next delicate sticking up on the green side. So you can see how now that is starting to zip together on this side. Just like that. So I'm just going to work the piece going through the 15 and then the next delicate. And I'm going to do this until I've zipped up here. So it's here. I'm going to do this until I zip up here, and then I'm going to work my way down and I'm going to zip up this face here so that this face is completely connected. So I've got this side zipped. I zipped up this side, and then I took my needle. I was coming out here, so I just came down through the very next bead. Now I'm going to put the new triangle together with the triangle here. I'm going to lay them down the way they should go, and then I'm going to start zipping up this triangle so that it's connected on those three sides. When you have those three sides connected, then you'll see here that I have my first complete little connection there. And that's so awesome. I love it. Okay, for peace of mind, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stitch this thread through and secure this thread, trim that thread, and then I will start a new thread onto this piece, and then I'm going to connect this one here so that it will lay just like this. So I'm going to do the exact same steps, just with another new piece of thread. Once you get the second triangle put on there, you will now no longer have a flat piece on these two. You'll see there that they are triangled and diamonded out. So you're going to take your next two triangles and you will connect them here and here, just like you did here and here. Once you have those four connected, then we're ready to put the two here and here. Now, if I lay it out exactly like I had it, or if you get them mixed up, one way to tell what is going to go where is you can fold it into its piece that it's going to be like, and you can see here how it's going to be. So I can take this piece and it goes here, and then this piece will go in here, so that you can see there how it will be connected. So once you've got it in place and you know that's the way it goes, then you're ready to go ahead and connect this piece and then connect this piece. And then we're almost there. I'm so excited. You can see here now I have all of my number 4 triangles stitched in and ready to go. Now comes the pivotal part. You can see here that my thread is exiting one of my little 15s that I have here along the edge. And so when I put this together, we will now zip that together so that we will have the completed Kaleidocycle together. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pull back out of that 15 right there. And I'm going to go ahead and, just because this is the one that is completely connected together here, I'm going to go ahead and square stitch that one together. And then I'm just going to start working up the piece, going through the delicate and the 15, pulling it tightly so that it will zip my piece together. I'm going to do this all the way up and then get rid of this thread. All right, once you have that zipped together, this is what your piece is going to look like. Okay, so you've got this, 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 and here we go. Oh my gosh, I'm stressed. Okay, here we go. All right, there's that one. That. Oh, I love how that comes together. That's so cool looking. Oh, look at that. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. You guys, how amazing is this? Oh, y'all, this makes me so excited. Look at that. Oh, you guys, we did it. 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 Look at our amazing Kaleidocycle. Oh, so excited. So friends, thanks for going on this Kaleidocycle journey with me. This is such a fun piece to do, and it's so hard to believe that just putting our little triangles together, that it makes this amazing piece. Like, it just blows my mind how some hinges and some zipping of beads will turn into that. So I cannot wait to see your finished pieces. I know a lot of you have anxiously been awaiting this video, and if you're just getting started on your triangles, that's okay too. You know, these videos are not going to go off of YouTube, so they'll be here so that you can go back and reference these, because this is truly a gift that you make someone who has everything. We all know somebody in our life like that. So I hope that you enjoyed this journey over the last 5 weeks, and I hope that you enjoy finishing off your pieces. Remember to give yourself grace and take your time putting this together, because you're going to get a lot of thread caught, and make sure, especially when you're zipping up our 4th set of triangles in there, these right here, that you really take your time on that and make sure every bead is exactly where it should be. So guys, we will see you again next time. I hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.